I absolutely love the Honda Africa Twin platform. It's my absolute favorite adventure bike as far as features, performance, and styling. And I've built out a few. My first one I definitely built out more towards that traditional big ADV bike, big metal cases, and just slapped everything on it that I can. My second one, I focused more on a touring build. But this one might be my favorite as it kind of consolidates and really puts everything together of both of them, where it's great for touring, it's great for off-roading. You still got a lot of space, but it's a little bit more compact. And that's exactly what I'm going to be showing you today, is my Hepco and Becker accessories on this bike. As far as bags, crash bars, and such, I'm not going to be covering every accessories from windshields, hand guards, screens, and so on. That will be for a later video because I still got to test those a little bit, and then I'll have a complete roundup of accessories on this bike. But right now, talking about the Hepco and Becker, it suits pretty perfect because I have this bike loaded out for a 9-day adventure as I'm about to start doing the Southeast BDR. So I want to first kick it off with my luggage on the back, as it really stands out. It's a little bit different than what we usually see. We're used to big metal cases or just regular floppy soft bags. We're taking a look at the Hepco and Becker X travel bags on the sides, both sides over here, and then on the back. And a great thing about the Hepco and Becker X travel side pannier bags is they're actually lockable, unlike many other soft bags. Now you got this little strap right here, which is really just a support to prevent any of that bouncing. But anyways, right down here, you can unlock it off the SIBO mount, which I'll show you in a second. Bam, and they just slide right off. And you can see they attach right in that mount. Now, of course, the front's not lockable. It just straps in right there. But most people, if someone's gonna steal it, they're gonna steal the bag off your bike and then run with it, not unload and sort through what they want, right? But even better than it being lockable is, again, the SIBO mount right here. Like, just take a look at that minimalistic design. So if you don't want the bags on at all, that's all you have. You don't have these big metal bars coming over here on the exhaust and everything on both sides, sweeping around the back. It's this minimalistic design. And that goes right in line with the size of these bags. They're not massive by any means. They're not incredibly heavy. So you're going to consolidate some space and weight, which we all know is a plus on these big ADV bikes. But yes, that is also going to come into play as far as your storage capacity on these bags, which yes, they are a little bit smaller. But again, I am packed for a 9-day BDR trip here. And just sliding this open right here, which by the way, you got this nice rubber coating on the outside here. It kind of gives it, I don't want to say hard, but it's still pressable, but you got some nice protection in there. Then the bag, it just loops around in here like traditional soft bags. And as far as the outside, this is not waterproof, this little bit out here. Now this is, but on the sides it is not. You actually have this bag inside, which is waterproof. You've seen this in some other brands as well. But this is just one of my bags packed up here. Now I use a bag for each different thing. So I'll have like socks in here, pants in here, and then shirts. I got 2 more in the other side bag. But if we take all this out here, this is just, again, a nice way to pack. So everything's sorted. You're not like, oh, what do I got down there? Then of course I got some different gloves, right? As far as the off-road and then the cold ones and everything. But looking at the inside of this bag, hopefully you guys can see it in there. It's not massive by any means. And the back is hard, and you got that hard bit on the front, so you can't really stretch them out. You're pretty much at that size, but you can extend this. Just roll it up here a little bit, bring that over, and you can stack it up right here. And as far as the hook, you can expand that out there and then just bring it up a little bit. And as you've seen on the front and rear of these bags, you got these little MOLLE systems, again, on the front and rear. And I use these exact same bags on my Honda SCL 500, and I just put a little water bottle right there. So I can put, again, a drink or maybe a fuel bottle right there, which I'm gonna put on this for the BDR as well. So again, you got more versatile space just to strap something on both sides of the bag. So I don't know about for you all, but for me, this is an absolute blessing here. Again, the minimalistic design, the simple operation. But if I have big metal cases, which I've had before, I find myself just shoving in there. I got a little bit extra space. Let me get a few extra pairs of socks. Let me get an extra pant in there. So this kind of keeps me consolidated to still a nice lightweight pack, but I still have everything I need. Now let's take a look at this rear bag right here, which you can see I do have it expanded out, but it also expands even more if you can see that other zipper right underneath there. So if I need more, bam, I can pull it out right there. And the cool thing is you have this little storage underneath, which is all attached by these straps, and that's how you cinch it down. But in here I have my shoes. Again, you got this hard little cover right there, but of course water or any dust elements are going to get in there. Same deal with the outside. This is not waterproof, it's the bag inside. inside. So this bag, I pretty much keep all of my tools and gear, emergency kits and stuff. And you also have that MOLLE system on the back. So you catching my vibe with this build so far? We're trying to simplify it, keep it minimalistic, but also have versatility. It's kind of what we're getting here compared to, again, my previous builds, what we see in a traditional ADV type of bike build. This is just versatile in every situation. But anyways, now let's go and take a look at the tank bag. And as much as I love this tank bag and the overall system and operation of it, which I'm about to show you, this might get one dislike from me, mainly because of this gap right down here. Like, I just don't like that. It just picks at my brain, right? I kind of wish it flowed with the tank a little bit more. I get what they're doing right here. It's so it doesn't touch the paint. If I pull the tank bag off right here, you can see the bracket is also raised up right there. So again, to preventing any of the tank bag bouncing around, touching on your paint. And I honestly thought it was just this tank bag, as yes, this is a bigger tank bag for sure, which I'm going to show you the inside of it, which is why I really love it. But I started off by using this tank bag, which is a little bit smaller, a little more simplistic. I don't have the plate on the bottom as it's on this one right now, but if the plate was on, sitting right here, you can see that gap is still there. So it's not just this tank bag or that tank bag. I think it's this system right here, which I get the concept, not to touch the paint, but I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you think about it. That just messes with me. So let me show you how the tank bags actually attach. And as I showed you, your little tank ring right here, and this is going to differ bike to bike. I believe the standard Africa Twin doesn't hang off like this because it's got the bigger gas tank and it comes forward a little bit more. My SCL is just a ring up there. Again, with the base Africa Twin with the sloping gas tank, that's why they got that gap. But anyways, it attaches right there. You can still open your gas tank perfectly fine. Got these little notches over here, and that's what attaches underneath the tank bag, right into those notches. Bam, then you can pull this and it'll unlock it. We're already in the lock position right now, but let's go on and attach it right here. Bam, and you can see it's locked in there. No one's going to be able to just take it off. I mean, I can knock the tank or knock the bike over by pulling on it here. Now, again, you do have some bounce because you got that gap right there. So again, I just wish they had a tank bag going down. Anyways, I'm just on my rant here, right? But anyways, it is not going to budge. And to release it, you pull that little strap on the back. We're going to pull, unlocks it. Bam, and now you can take your tank bag with you. Now let's take a look inside this tank bag and you'll see why I really swapped them out. I'll show you inside this one as well. But again, for a long adventure like I'm about to go on, I just love a tank bag. I honestly love a tank bag anytime. I can put all my important stuff in there. But anyways, right up front, you got a little map pocket or phone pocket. What I like putting is a solar, what do you call it? Power bank, solar power bank up there. So it's constantly charging up there. And then my phone if need be. I've been trying to not use my phone on my dash, right? But anyways, coming down here, we'll unzip the tank bag right in this portion. Then you can come inside and you can see you got pockets down there. Over here, this big pocket in the back. You see I got my Southeast BDR map in there already. And then coming down here is just basic storage. I got some towels in there just to prevent some of the dampening because it is hard underneath there. But again, you got tons of storage. And this is really cool. You're seeing this little pocket right here, right? So I'm just gonna unzip this a little bit in the front, pull it out, and there's your rain cover. And it's actually attached. So if it's raining, bam, pull it out, sling it over. Once it stops, you take it, you tuck it back in, bam, and you're done. I just love it. And the cool thing, like, look at all that space in there already. Like, tons of space for sure. I can put all of my camera equipment or whatever in there, but it also expands even more by this zipper right around here. Let's go and spin that around over to there. And look at how much more room you're going to get now. Like, holy smokes. Like, some of you can probably take a weekend trip with just this tank bag. So now let's go and take a look at the other tank bag. And this one I actually had on my Africa Twin for quite a while. I just recently swapped to this one for the bigger trip. And the difference you're gonna notice right out of the gate, other than size, is this one kind of has this hard covering going all around it. You have the same deal on this one on the bottom, and you're really not gonna be able to indent or smush this one, but all the way around this one, front to back, you kind of have that hard coating. Over here, you have the waterproof zipper. But where you see the biggest difference is whenever we unzip this. Oh, and by the way, like I showed you before, it does attach the exact same way as this one. You just got to mount the bracket on the bottom. So you still got the locking mechanism and all. But anyways, opening this one up, let's go on. There's your rain cover, by the way. And just looking inside, You can see how simplistic and basic this one is compared to that one. As you see now why I'm going with the bigger one, right? Now I could get by with this. I can fit my camera gear in here stuff, just get a little covering over and whatnot. You got this little pocket up here, but this is where it kind of fell off for me. So you saw the slope on the Africa Twin, and with this one sliding forward, if I put anything in that pocket, right when I closed it, all that stuff would just pour out into the casing or into the storage compartment of the tank bag. Nothing would really retain and stay up in this little netting up there. So I don't know, maybe if it was completely netting, that would have been nice, because again, this may just be an Africa Twin issue, but with that dramatic slope forward, everything would constantly just be thrown to the front of the bag. But anyways, let's swing into some other modifications here we got to look at in protection and lights. And I first want to show you the Hepco Becker crash bars. These things are incredibly solid. I love how they come up over here over the engine casing actually, so if it goes down, nothing's going to hit there. You see some other crash bars that are just up here by the headers, you know, so it's really nice for these coming back there. I will tell you, my foot does sometimes hit this little bar coming out there. It doesn't really get in my way. It's not annoying by any means, but it does hit it. But I personally really appreciate the extra protection here. And by the way, just like every other crash bar out there for the DCT Africa Twin, even with these here, no, you cannot mount the shifter, the little pedal for the DCT version, which is a real stinker because I was looking forward to that. I really wanted to try it with this bike. I know you got your paddles up here, but I was feeling like it would just be like a quick shifter down at my foot. Would have been really good for off-roading. So that's a little bit of a bummer. Let me know if you use crash bars on your DCT Africa Twin, if there's a way around that, like some modification or something, because I was really looking forward to slapping that on my DCT Africa Twin. And before we slide up front to show you mod, I want to show you my little kickstand foot extender here, which I swear by these. You all know I use these on every single one of my bikes, especially if you do off-roading. Down here by me, you got sand, you got mud. If you want to park your bike, bam, next thing you know, it's sinking and falling over. So little kickstand extender, these are a must, not just on your Africa Twin, but any bike. They're cheap, they're not going to break the bank, and let me tell you what, they'll save you a headache. And last accessory we have from Hepco Becker on my Africa Twin are going to be these little fog lights or auxiliary lights you're going to see up here. If you watch my SCL 500 build, I use these on there as well, but I got them mounted to the lower crash bars on that bike. These are a little bit upper, but oh my goodness, the quality of light you get from these is just amazing. Now you can't mount them upside down or they're really not going to work the way they need to, so you have to have them mounted up. That can be a little bit of a stinker, so you got to mount them in the position like I have here, but holy smokes, they spread the light across perfectly. They're simple to operate just by the button on top of the bike. You press it and then it goes to regular, press it again, it's going to go to high beam, give you a little bit more brightness, and then hold it to turn it off. So those are the Hepco Becker accessories I have on my Africa Twin. Now they do offer other accessories as well that I don't have here, many other tank bags and stuff, and again for many other bikes, not just this. Heck, you see my SCL 500, I got it decked out as well. But the cool thing about this and why I wanted to show you this right now is, again, I have it built out and packed out for an upcoming trip, so you're truly seeing it how it will be used, not just slapped on the bike, you know. Like, again, I'm ready to hit my trip just like this. But as you're seeing, I do have many other mods: windshields, handguards, tires, screens, a bunch of other stuff on this bike, and I will have an overall modification review video on that as well. So make sure to subscribe and hit that bell for that one to come up. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful. If it was, again, please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you on the next adventure. Bye now.